Hi guys, this is Skylar. This time I'm back with part 2 of my axe restoration. We'll see how we do on some things here. Bluing is something fairly new to me. I've done a lot of research on it, so I'm going to see how I do. Basically, here's the axe and how it turned out. Next thing, I got a little bit of bluing accidentally on it from playing around before, but for a test project I did. But what I'm wanting to do is leave this silver and blue the rest. So whether or not this will work, the Gorilla Tape, I have no idea, but we're going to find out. Anyway, I got it as clean and smooth as I possibly can. So there are a few things that you'll need. You'll just need some cotton balls, some sandpaper, some alcohol, some sort of bluing agent. I'm using Birchwood KC Superblue. And I'm doing it this way so that I don't contaminate the bottle. I just pour a little bit into this. You'll need some paper towels, and then over here you'll need some water just to deactivate the bluing agent after the given time, 30 seconds to 1 minute. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Now let's get to it. Okay guys, well the first thing you want to do is make sure the surface is really clean. As you can see, I'm using this the tinfoil here just to keep a uncontaminated surface. What I'm going to do is just take the lid off here on the alcohol. Denatured alcohol or just regular alcohol will work, but you want to clean the surface really well. So see, I have a little bit coming off and not too much. This I washed with hot soapy water before, so it should be fairly clean anyway. Anyway, let me finish this. Be right back. Okay guys, so here we go. Got my gloves on and everything, and got the solution here. The reason I keep it separate is so there's no cross-contamination. Like I said, I don't want anything, so I just pour it into the container here. But it's pretty simple, and it works pretty fast. You may have to do several layers, but I don't have to worry about matching anything. And as you can see, it's almost instantaneous when you put it on there. But what this creates is it's magnolite, which is basically it's iron oxide, which is rust, but it's black iron oxide. And when you do this, it does have a bit of a pungent smell. But anyway, you just put a coat on here, and you want it to go for about a minute. It says 30 seconds to a minute, and so basically my wife is counting that off for me, and I cannot get the whole thing done inside that minute, so it's probably going to sit a little bit longer. I'm not too concerned about that myself, because this is just an axe and it's going to get beat up and it's going to get ugly. So the minute's already up as far as what I started on, but I'm going to go ahead and get this on. And I'm hoping it's not going to hurt anything for it to go over a minute. It's just that I have so much area to do, I'm going to have to go over. Anyway, that's a good coating on there. When I reach 1 minute on the whole thing, I will put it in the bath, which I'm almost there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put it in. And apparently I had a reaction to the tinfoil. But I'm going to put it in the water here. And that basically deactivates it. Alright, I have some paper towels, one of my shop towels here. Now you can use steel wool or whatever. I have some 1200 grit sandpaper I'm going to use. basically I'm just going to buff over it. Now if you look, you'll see it doesn't look very even. Of course it's wet. Give me a second, let me dry it off here. And my wife here, I'm going to let her smell. But as you can see, it's not very even. But I'm going to give it several coats. So basically in between the coats, I'm going to go over it with some 1200. Just give it a light little brush and do another coat. So I'm going to give this a few coats. I'll be right back, guys. Okay guys, well I did a few coats on it, and you can get it darker and darker and darker, but basically what I'm wanting to do is kind of have a bit of a rustic look because of the plans I have for the handle and the a sheath that I want to do. So I wanted it to look a little bit, you know, I guess tarnished is the best way, but I wanted it to look a little bit rough. So and my wife kind of likes the way it looks now. And I have learned that other than for me, my wife has a pretty good taste on what looks good. So anyway, I'm going to kind of stop that there. I'm going to get this to deactivate in just a second. I'm going to take this off and we'll see how it did. Okay guys, well like I said, I wanted this to look a little bit rustic, not necessarily jet black. You can put as many layers as you want. The tape did a pretty good job. I had a little spot where I didn't have it pushed down good enough. It leaked in, and I got some sandpaper and got that off. But did what I wanted it to do. It probably does not look like something that you would like right now. But like I said, this is an idea that I have in my head on what I'm doing. So it's doing exactly what I want it to anyway. Of course, you could keep on doing coat after coat and get it pretty dark and pretty black if you wanted to. Anyway, I'm going to stop there on this. So the bluing actually worked. Like I said, this is the bluing is a chemical reaction. Basically, it creates magnetite, and magnetite is just black iron oxide. So this is rust. This is a minimal protection. This actually is not much of a protection. So it's a little bit like a patina, I guess, but still, the protection is not anything where you can ignore the axe or the knife or whatever it is that you're doing. You still have to protect it with some sort of oil or something like that. So I'm going to get some oil and I'm going to lube it up, and I'm waiting on a axe handle and a sheath, and I'm going to do a couple other things too. So anyway, until that stuff gets here, I'm going to be on hold, and I will wait until I get closer to the end before I do the edge. Anyway guys, that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to do with it. I'm going to stop here, and I appreciate you watching, and I'll be back with another video real soon.